Happy Campers, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm outside and I want to show you what I do to keep warm in my 1981 Carriage Fifth Wheel. So let's get going. Behind me right here is my storage unit that I built about 2 years ago to go around the front of the fifth wheel. This by itself helps a lot, but there are other things that I did inside that I want to show you. All right, I'm inside the storage room, and what I'm going to do is tell you what I've done and tell you what I still want to do. This is 5/8 inch foam board insulation, and I have put it along the bottom of the undercarriage. So this is my bedroom up above this area. So I'm going to show you, I have it all along the undercarriage here. This is a really cold area right here that I still need to work on. I need more of this foam board. This is too thick, it won't bend. So I need more 5/8 inch foam board to put up here. This piece of foam board is pushed all the way down to the ground, and it's stopping the cold air from coming in from the underbelly. The other thing that I want to do in here, I want to get the thick foam board and put it on these walls in here to insulate this even more. So this is my side of my RV right here, and underneath this lattice I have foam board that is, I think, 2 inches thick. So I have the foam board going all the way around my entire trailer. This is the back or the living room area of my fifth wheel. This is a storage area right here, and I'm going to show you what I've done inside of this storage area. This is a piece of 2-inch foam board. This is a piece of reflectix. This is barricading the door area, but underneath all of this, I have R13 insulation encompassing this whole area. In here, this was leftover that I just put in to keep it back here. But you can see I've got it right up under here. But this I had before, and I'll show you the shelf that I'm talking about inside the house when we go inside. This did nothing to stop the shelf inside from being ice cold. I was shocked after I did this. I thought, oh, I'm going to see a huge improvement. I didn't. But when I did see the improvement was when I did this. And barricaded the space here so that no air can get in. That is what made a huge difference in my house. You can see I have the foam board insulation. I actually built a box to cover this area back here. Continuing the, whatever that's called. Foam board insulation goes all the way around. The lattice is strictly to keep it from looking all that ugly. But now we're going to talk water and freezing cold water. We get to below 20 degrees below zero here. Not all the time, but it happens. 2 years ago, I had 4 days of no toilet facilities at all because my sewer froze. And my next door neighbor and I were out here at midnight wrapping this sewer hose. It was a hot mess, and I was sick. I had a fever. It was horrible. It was the worst 4 days. But a lot of good came out of that because I ended up having to do things that I hadn't done yet. One of those being I bought a really expensive hose. It's blue, right here, okay? That is an insulated hose. It has a thermostat on it, and when it dips below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, my heat tape kicks on and the hose kicks on and keeps my water from freezing, praise God. This is the sewer pipe that froze on me. I don't have the curly Q because I don't move my RV, so my ex-son-in-law, he did a PVC pipe connection for me. So now over the PVC pipe, I have heat tape wrapped around this all the way up, and insulation all the way up. I don't want it freezing ever again. So these are the outside things that I have done to try to keep my place warm and my pipes from freezing. Now I'm going to take you inside. I'm inside my deck. I know that a lot of people don't have this option, but I do because I live here all the time. I have this deck, which I've done a video on, but these curtains are blackout curtains. And stepping from outside onto this deck, I probably just gained 20 degrees at least, maybe more, just coming up here on the deck. It's so warm in here that it's wonderful. Yay! So now we're going to go inside. Now we're going to do the insulation on the inside of the house, so let's get going. I am going to start with this door. This door has got a darkening curtain over it to help keep the wind and the elements from trying to get in, and it goes all the way to the floor. The next thing I usually do is put window treatment, the cellophane over the screen. Believe it or not, it makes a difference. This year I have not done that. And then on the door itself, which you can't see directly because I can't open the screen in, is bubble wrap. I've got it taped to the door all the way down. Teespring store, go see the Teespring store. I'm going to take this off now because I'm going to get comfy cozy in my house. This window is where my air conditioning sits. When winter comes, I usually put a cover around the outside of the air conditioning unit, but that got ripped to shreds last year, so I have not replaced it yet. This year, instead, I took window insulation kit, taped it around the whole entire air conditioner so that air can't come in through here. I have bubble wrap here. Behind the bubble wrap, I have 5/8" foam board. Behind that is plywood, and behind that on the outside of the RV is more 5/8" insulation. So then you've got the mini blind, that adds warmth, and then I have a room darkening curtain. This window faces the front of the trailer. This is the shelf I was talking about on the outside. This is what I couldn't get to warm up for me. So I put reflectix on the shelf, then I put a scarf over that. I have put reflectix on this window, and I took tape and taped it down. I also taped it to the reflectix that are on the shelf because there's a gap in the frame and wind comes in through there. I will be fixing that with same curtains over here that I have on the other windows that are room darkening. This is a 5/8" piece of foam board here, and that's all that I have on this window because outside is the deck, and the curtains going around the deck help this to stay warm. So that's all. This is the only window that I allow any light into the house in the living room. It is a broken window, so it doesn't open. So what I have done on this window, as you can see, we have the room darkening curtains, the mini blind. Behind the mini blind, I have the cellophane insulation kit that I leave on all year. I never take it down. That way I can get light into my room and enjoy the sun coming in. In the morning, the sun beats into this window, so when I open the curtains, it brings heat into the house, which is really nice. All of my sun thingies, whatever those are called, I have put 5/8" foam board up in there too. Window, it has the mini blind on it. On the window itself, I have a window insulation kit, then foam board, then the window. I taped underneath here instead of to the frame because the cold air coming through the gap. I need to silicone all around my windows. I have put 1" insulation in all of my cabinets and all of my closets in my house. Along the baseboard in the kitchen, I have taken reflectix and cut it and put it along the entire area where the baseboard would be to help keep wind from coming in. This is where my furnace did sit. I'll take the door off and show you what I've done. Back side of the door where the grate is, I taped down cardboard And the opening itself, I have got reflectix from above the door to below the door, so there are no gaps and the wind. As you can see, this is the window that is right by my bed. And I'll pull this blanket down because that's part of the insulation that I'm using. Again, we're having the insulation kit, foam board, and below that I have reflectix going all the way along the wall, all the way to the end. You see it back here? Okay, that is helping to keep the wall from being freezing cold up against my bed. This window just has the foam board and the insulation kit on it. The back window is the most interesting. The back window has reflectix on the ground. It then has the insulation kit. Behind that, it has the 5/8 inch foam board. Behind that, it has bubble wrap, and it still gets cold. I also want to talk about the floor because that's an important element in trying to stay warm in your fifth wheel or your RV. So underneath my floor, I have rubber padding, and then the floor itself is insulated. On top of the floor, I have a throw rug, and I have them throughout my house. One in my kitchen, I have rugs going down my hallway. That is still carpeted, and then up on my fifth wheel area back there, that is a rug on top of a rug, and that has really helped up there. That's the coldest room in the house. Bathroom, I have a thermal curtain that is insulated, hanging all the way to the floor. Behind that, I have the window insulation kit, the 5/8 inch foam board, and bubble wrap. The heat source for when I take a shower is this little heater right here. I plug it in and close both doors to the bathroom, and it keeps it warm. My heat source currently is the Mainstays electric fireplace that I have been using. I have one in here and one in the bedroom. I also want to comment about electrical outlets. Underneath all of my electrical outlets, I have electrical outlet insulation that you can buy at Walmart. The bricks are foam padded, so they add a little bit of insulation. My heat source up here is an electric fireplace. I hope that you have found this video to have some information on how to insulate your RV if you happen to be crazy like me and live in it year-round in the same spot. And even if you move it but you're still in cold weather, you can maybe find some information in this video that will help you. I appreciate you watching. If you want to support my channel, I have a PayPal link. I also have a Teespring store that you can go and buy merchandise. This is one of the products that I sell there. Thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time.